May you prosper as your soul prospers. May your heart forever be in posture to receive the mercy and the glory from above.
Hi guys, welcome back to Temples. My name is Gladys and I'm joined with my special guest Lorraine. And today we are going to be talking about purpose. So we're continuing on with our series on purpose and identity. And the title of today's video is Pen to Paper. So welcome Lorraine.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
I kind of don't like that question, I must say. Okay, my name is Lorraine Ngwenya. I am 29 years old. What do I do for work? I run my own business called Useful Link, and I also do some project work in other fields. And everything that I do in terms of work is really around young people and the future of work and preparing them for that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What about your passions? Tell us a little bit.
Ooh, I'm passionate about food.
Yeah, I feel that.
I love food. I love adventures. I love hiking. I love reading, and I love people. Like, I am social. Like, I'm one of those people. I like people, and I like spending time with people, and I love traveling. I love going around the world and seeing different places and exploring different parts of the world. Yeah.
Let's talk about your love for people. Where did that come from? Have you always been that way, or?
I don't know. I've never actually thought about that. I guess it's just my personality.
Yeah.
And I think, like, growing up in a church, like I'm used to community. That's just the norm in my life. So I guess, I don't really know where it came from. Exactly.
Just work on my money. I love people.
That's exactly it.
I feel that. Okay, awesome. Well, you mentioned Useful Link and how you started your own business. So when did you realize that you wanted to actually start your own business?
It's actually a very not so magical story.
What about not so magical?
In the sense that, like, I actually when I finished uni, so I studied public health. I did a degree in public health. When I finished uni, I couldn't get a job for 8 months. Yeah. And I'm a doer. I need to do, and that was just like affecting me so much. I started avoiding people because I just got tired of the question, what are you doing? What are you doing? So have you gotten a job yet? How's it? You know what I mean?
Yo, I feel
was
that.
Just like, okay, I'm done with humans. I'm done with this. So I started avoiding people and all of that. And then I ended up applying to go and teach English in South Korea. So I went. Amazing. One of the best times of my life. And I think it was just simply because I had time to think, to just be on my own, to not have to, like, be telling people and answering people's questions or, like, taking in their thoughts and their ideas of what I should be doing. Yeah. So I think it just gave me time to think. And it also gave me time to think about who am I? Like, what am I really about? What things do I enjoy? What am I good at? So actually, I remember while I was wrote down the things that I'm actually good at. I kind of like started discovering myself. Anyways, come back to Melbourne, and then I started to do my master's in community development, which was an area of public health I was interested in anyway. So did that, and because, like, I kind of started realizing that, okay, like, the whole you go to school, you go to uni, you get a job, that wasn't real. Like, it wasn't a lie. It wasn't a real thing. Yeah. So when I realized that, I was like, okay, let me try and get my foot in the door, really early on in my master's. So then I started volunteering a lot, and I was volunteering, and I was, like, working with a lot of young people and hearing a lot of young people's stories, and there were so many people who were just like me, finished uni, couldn't get a job. And I was like, they have told us lies. Somebody's lying. Anyway, so it kind of made me, like, want to really look into that. My master's then became a lot about looking at that youth participation and all that kind of stuff. And initially when I started, I was just like, okay, I want to talk to kids in schools and just let them know, hey, like, the world of work is different. You should be trying to get these skills now. It's all different out there now. It's not like what it was for our parents. Yeah. And then it was literally just, I just want to talk to kids in schools. I wasn't looking for anybody to pay me. Right. I was just like, no, this is not cool. This is not okay. And so I just kind of started doing that. I went to like a school that knows me and spoke to them, to their kids during chapel and that kind of thing. And it just became like a thing that I was doing. I was speaking at councils and that kind of thing. And a friend of mine was like, "Hey dude, like, this is actually a job. Like, you should be getting paid to do this." And I was like, well, no. And also like, business isn't something that, was very familiar in my family. Right. Everybody went to uni or school or whatever, and you got a job and you do what you do. So it was a bit scary. But yeah, eventually, very long story later, after I worked in a few different things and all of that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this.
Wow. And how old were you when you decided to start your business?
My goodness, 25, turning 26, I think.
Did you hear a lot of people like, you're still young and,
not even that. It was just more like, business. Because it was just very unfamiliar. For a lot of people in my circle. But yeah, I just decided, okay, let's just see what happens.
And so when you heard those responses from people, I guess people just being like, that's very interesting that you want to do that. Did it ever throw you off guard?
I think it did, because like it's just like this is not the norm. And also because it wasn't like, it's not like it was my dream to start a business. Do you know what I mean? This just, I kind of found this path to this thing and I thought, okay, I'm going to do this. It wasn't like it's always been my dream. These ads. It wasn't that. So it took a lot of like, growing in self-confidence and, stepping out anyways and moving forward despite being afraid. Over and over again, like, using that muscle over and over again. And even now, like, you know what I mean? It's a lot. It's a lot, and it's so many things to juggle, so many things to think about. And I'm just like, okay, we move forward anyways. And if I've been figuring it out the last 3-4 years, I'll continue to figure it out.
That's it.
So that's kind of how I landed where I am now.
And I feel like for you, like even with youth it's a lot of problem solving. But even you just started the business was you solving a problem. You saw within the
very much so. I definitely feel like I learned a lot of the skills that I have now starting my business. And like now when I'm doing other work outside my business, like I mentioned, I do project work. A lot of the skills that people are like, oh, we're looking for someone to do this and do that. I had to teach myself those things. I had to figure that out, and just in the process of trying to start something, I had to learn to talk to strangers and collaborate and pick up the phone and talk to people over and over again. All these different skills that I have. A lot of it comes from just that process of having to learn how to do that at that time.
Wow, I love that. So I guess if there are any young people watching this that have an idea, they're like, I want to start a business, but I'm also a little bit afraid. What would you say to them?
I would say the thing is now there's a lot of different programs that actually help you to test out your idea. So a lot of what we call incubators, where like you can actually, they're like, oh, do you have an idea? Do you want to do something with it?
So true, you can find them online as well.
Dude, I would say like go for that. Because the thing is with a lot of people think that like, oh, I've got an idea, let me do something. But you never actually think, I've got an idea, does the market actually want it?
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You don't think about that.
No, it's like, oh, I'm so passionate. My idea. But it's like, does the market actually want that? And even like now, with my business, constantly trying to like change and do things differently. Like, okay, where's the market at now? What's going on now? How do we keep adapting to changing and doing what we need to do? And I think a lot of people don't think about that. But an incubator generally gives you a space for you to ask those questions, test things with, the market and that kind of thing. So I'd probably say, find that. That's probably what I'd tell you to start. Find that and, test it out.
Wow, awesome. Do you know what? Because I feel like when I first started Temples, I was like, I know this is something I'm passionate about, like I should keep running with it. But in the beginning, I don't know if I thought so much about, does the market need a space for this? But now I guess I'm being a little more intentional with the things that I'm asking people, because I'm like, what are the problems that need to be solved? So I guess problem solving works with everything.
Exactly.
With anything that you're doing.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's also just thinking about like you with Temples, you want to think about, okay, when you notice who's actually watching the videos and hearing their feedback, what is it that your audience actually wants to hear people talking about? You know what I mean? Because you could talk about anything.
So true.
You know what I mean? But like, if your audience is a particular niche and you know they're interested in particular kind of things, then you know, like, it will go far, you'll do something about it. So I think just that testing it piece is not something that a lot of people do. And that is a struggle. Because you waste a lot of time, you waste a lot of resources.
True.
So when I started, I wasn't really testing. I was just kind of like, I'm hearing this, I'm hearing that, cool. And it was kind of like, as we've been going, I'm like, okay.
Maybe I'll switch that.
Exactly. So maybe let me change this and let me change that. But I probably saved a lot more time if I'd done that from the start.
Do you think we're afraid to test our ideas because we're like, what if it fails?
Of course. Because it's like people are already married to their idea. It's like, but it's
fine though. We gotta be successful. I can feel it. I can smell it.
It's gonna be me.
Yes.
But for sure. I think like, you know, test it out. I think that's definitely my advice. Another piece of advice is work with people who've gone before you. And what I mean by that is find a mentor. People who've traveled this part of the journey. And they can actually be like, hey, I tried this. And maybe this didn't work. Maybe you try that. And also really, like, in business, it's all about networks. It's all about like the people who know the people who know the people who know the people. You know what I mean? It's just like, that's just what it is. So I think for me, my mentors have really been able to guide me and connect me with people and ask me difficult questions. You know what I mean? Like, one of my mentors asked me, Lorraine, you're doing all of this, but what's the goal?
And you were like,
I'm like, sorry, what? I'm like, wait.
But you know
but what are we doing here? You know what I mean? It got me really thinking, like, okay, where am I actually trying to head? What is it that I'm really trying to do here? And it then made me really think about impact. You know, because a lot of time we think about like the intention, the passion, but what's impact? You know, and what are you trying to do, and can you measure it? You know what I mean? To be like, this is what I'm doing. This is how it's not just feel good, wishy-washy stuff. It's bigger than that. So for me, impact is a very big deal, which is why we adapt and we change. Because sometimes I'm like, this is cute. Like this is cute. This is what we do. It's cute, but Lorraine, where is the impact? What is the impact? And I feel like that's a question that I ask myself a lot. And it stresses me out.
I feel that. But it's a necessary question. Like, is my contribution making an impact to my audience?
That's
if not, then I'm just making noise.
It's just like, this is cute.
And, you know.
Exactly.
I love that. Thank you for that advice. And I guess to kind of conclude, when you go through struggles in like your business and putting pen to paper, how does knowing your identity in Christ kind of help you push through?
Dude, that's like the best question you've asked me. I love that question. Okay, I'm going to try and make this quick because this is like a passion point.
Oh, honey, talk.
Okay, so my identity in Christ. Okay, my identity in Christ helps me to know that my identity is not in a business. So I'm not Lorraine, the girl with the business.
Come on.
And because of that, if I need to step away from the business, if it's no longer serving or doing what it's supposed to do, I don't need to be afraid to step away from that because I am not Lorraine with the business. I'm Lorraine, a child of God, despite what I do. And I think sometimes, like, you know, when people come around this purpose conversation, they make it sound like purpose is a job. Like, that would be exhausting. To think that, like, if my purpose was this one job I was supposed to do for all my life,
and that's gone.
You know, like, and then the job goes, oh, it's over. You know what I mean? So for me, like, my identity is so much bigger than that, you know, and because of that, the way that I do things and what I do is driven in a different way. You know, like, that's why I keep saying, like, you know, impact. So, like, when I think about, you know, the work that I'm trying to do, you know, with young people, with the future of work, you know, with the education system and preparing young people for the future of work, I want to see that work done. If it's through Useful Link, and we can do that through Useful Link, you know, for the next 50 years, fantastic. But if it happens to be that, I find another space in my life where I'm like, you know what? This right now is what I need to be doing for impact. Then that's what I'm going to do. It's my business is not an identity thing for me.
Right, yes.
It is work that I do, yes, that I care about, yes, that I'm passionate about, yes, that is in line with my talents, right, and my gifts and my skills, but it's not me.
Yeah.
I am who I am when I wake up in the morning. Like when I've got sleep around my eyes, when there's drool, I am still the Lorraine who got identified as Lorraine. With or without my business. And I think knowing that has given me a lot of freedom. And has helped me just be like, okay, this is where I'm at right now. And if anything, I'm like, that's one of the best things about God, that He gives us the freedom of choice. And I can choose that I'm doing Useful Link right now and it works and it's all good. In 5 years from now, if I decide, I want to be a family therapist.
Switch it up.
It's fine. And I think that's probably been one of the greatest lessons I've learned probably in the last 5 years. That my business is not who I am. It's what I do, and there's a difference.
Well, I love that you touched on that, because I think that was something I struggled with temples. Sometimes I would associate my identity with temples. I did something wrong, I'm like, oh my god, temples is wrong. It's like, no, honey, And that's what I've had to tell myself, and that's why I really wanted to ask you about it and get your take on it. But I think that's super encouraging, and I guess for anyone out there that's a creative or has their own business, to really remember that your business is a separate entity. Yeah, that's a huge point.
It's not all of you.
And God loves us with or without the business. Look at Moses. He was loved even before he led the people, out of Egypt. Don't call people from a burning bush. He didn't do anything.
Yeah, for sure. And I think I read this book it's called The Liturgy of Ordinary. I read it early on this year. And she talks about how who you are and the love that God has for you. That's why I was saying, even with sleep around your eyes, with
drool, still beautiful.
Before you put on your
fancy robe.
Yes, when you put on your this is the Lorraine that people know. Before you do that, God is still like, I love you and I've chosen you. And I think for me, that is so freeing. That is so freeing. So I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, over the next 10, 15 years. I don't know. I'm figuring it out, and I'm doing things that, are in line with my gifts and my skills and the things that I'm passionate about. But I don't feel tied to it.
And that is okay. I think we're so stressed with what's my 10-year plan, and if I don't know that, then God will mess up. We have to give allowances.
Of course, because life. I mean, hello, when I finished uni, girl was supposed to finish uni and get a job, go out for coffee with my friends. I don't even drink coffee. But I'm just go out for coffee with my friends. This is what I'm going to be doing. Getting money, being an adult. 8 months later, girl was in South Korea. All I'm saying is
life. I feel that.
It is what it is. So, I'm just learning to think ahead as much as I can, plan ahead, live in purpose. And for me, purpose is loving God and loving people.
Wow.
No matter what I'm doing, as long as I'm loving God and loving people, then I'm living in purpose. And we'll just kind of see what Lorraine's life looks like.
Yes. Well, speaking of that, where can people find you if they want to stalk you and see what your purpose looks like in 5 years from now? Yes.
Where? Good question. I didn't think about that. Yes, Useful Link. I gotta be in the zone. You can find Useful Link on our Facebook page. So just literally on Facebook, Useful Link. On Instagram, it's useful_link. And that's where you can find all the business things and things that I'm doing. And
fantastic. Well, thank you for this great chat. I know that there's probably going to be a lot of people inspired by this. I personally was. So thank you for just being transparent and honest about your journey, how you went from pen to paper. But for the rest of you guys, thanks for watching, and look forward to more videos in the future. See ya!
May you Prosper as your soul prospers.